analyzing the games.
Game plan was great.
The players.
I would want him to be a runner like Mahomes.
The plays.
That is a massive, massive mistake.
And each
The more I
other.
think about it, the more I'm fine.
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
Sorry, Springsteen only gives us 15 seconds.
Oh, is that right?
Thank God.
All right. 617-779-0985. Dennis in Rockland. Hi, Dennis.
Hi.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, Dennis.
I was good. I was out cutting the lawn. Have all of your fans make sure they get it done this week in the morning. It's going to be hot. But I was sitting shiver for Milliken until I saw the People's Champion there. And I had a call once George was there. Now, guys, I'm letting you know, I am Matt McCarthy's white knight. I haven't had any luck. I've been looking for 3 Springsteen tickets. I haven't had any luck. But a confidant of mine works for ABC, and she told me the next time they have a militant lesbian on, she can get him on. Because pretty much that's been Bruce Springsteen for 5 of the past 9 years.
Is he saying that Bruce Springsteen is taking on a militant lesbian look? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's what
Is
he
that
was
what it
saying.
is?
Yep.
People have been
man,
like
McCarthy was listening. He got so excited at first too.
No comment.
McCarthy
You've
was so
seen the
pumped
memes,
up.
haven't you? You've seen the memes.
I don't know that I have.
Split screen with him and Ellen.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So this is not something Dennis came up with. This is something
It's been out there.
that the internet is saying is the deal
It's
now.
an internet thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Angry elf.
Who knew? All right.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah. Eric is in Revere on the Patriots and their schedule. Hi,
I
Eric.
like the fact Dennis likes George.
Hey guys, Stop Soul.
Hey.
Beetle.
Hey.
How you doing?
How are you guys? All right, so hear me out real quick. So last year, everybody thought we had a cupcake season, right?
Yeah.
We made it to the Super Bowl, and our roster was not so strong. This year, our roster, I feel like, is a little stronger. But everybody, I believe, every team has us circled on their schedule to prove that we were a cupcake last year and see if this year, we're going to really have to play really good to beat some of those jinx from last year. Yeah, we made it to the Super Bowl. Are they going to have a hangover?
No.
You know what I
You
mean?
didn't win it.
Pittsburgh, it's last year we lost to them, right?
Yes. Turned it over
So,
5 times.
Exactly. Right. So this year they're going to have us circled. Yes, it's a new team on both sides of the ball, but I believe everybody has us circled this year and trying to beat the crap out of us. So hopefully we could respond to that stuff.
All right. I think that, Eric, is a better point, which is they are now – I think someone was making this point last week.
You're not sneaking up on anybody anymore.
They're now the hunted. They are now the team that people look at on their schedule and say, "Oh, Pats, they're a good team again. They were on a run last year. They were in the Super Bowl." No one is going to overlook you. No one is going to take the Patriots lightly. That's not going to happen anymore. That is true. That is a shift. That is different. The Super Bowl hangover certainly can happen, and has happened to some teams. Some teams fall off a shelf after losing a Super Bowl.
Yeah. You didn't
Look at San Francisco, though. When they were in the Super Bowl, was the Mahomes Super Bowl?
Yeah.
To the Jimmy G one?
Jimmy G one?
They had them both won. They had both those games won.
They could have won that game.
Yep.
Instead, they lose a game, and they actually were terrible the next year. They were a 6-win team.
Yeah, and I think they
yeah.
had a bunch of injuries, too, though. Like coming out of the gate. They had guys coming down left and right. Debo got heavy. Traded him. Yeah, they fell apart a little bit, but then they kind of find a way to get back in it. Speaking of divisional games, I think they and the Rams play each other twice in 3 weeks at the end of the year. Talking about bitching about the schedule, like you think Buffalo's too far apart from week 4 to 13? No. Yeah, you're not necessarily hunted. You know you got a good staff. You know the quarterback's good. You know the team's good.
Last 7 Super Bowl losers. The Rams in 2019, after losing to the Patriots, 9-7, missing the playoffs. The Niners, as I mentioned, the following year, they just stood out to me. They were 6-10, missed the playoffs. The Chiefs in 21, 12-5, lost in the AFC title game. The Bengals the following year, 12-4, lost in the AFC title game. The Eagles coming off the loss, went into 2023. They went 11-6, lost in the wild card round. The last two previous Super Bowl losers before the Patriots, the 49ers in 24, went 6-11 and missed the playoffs, and then the Chiefs, 6-11 and just missed the playoffs last year. The last two Super Bowl losers had 6 wins. Which ones do you think compare to the Patriots? I look at those teams like the 19 Rams or the 29ers because that was the first time making the Super Bowl with sort of a coach-quarterback combo. So I think what you want to be is the Bengals. That's what you want to be.
Yes.
You want to be that team that got there for the first time with your quarterback and coach combo, and then you came back, and they did at 12-4.
But don't they match those teams, though, too? Like young quarterback, ascending roster, it feels like, as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I look at, like, the 25 Chiefs and 24 Niners. Those are
coach.
older teams kind of on their last legs a
Yes,
little
those
bit.
are more established teams. I would say the Eagles fit into that category as well. So to me, it's like Rams, Niners in 20, and then the Bengals. And there's mixed results, 6-10, 9-7, 12-4. That's a pretty wide range.
Yes, it is.
That's a wide, and I think that's why we gave the wide range. I think the Patriots, if they are spectacular, they could win 12 or 13 games. I wouldn't predict that. I also know that they could win 7. Mm-hmm. And could be anywhere in that range. I don't think they're going to be a 6-win team, but they're in a wide range. So it's not like a definite thing that the Super Bowl hangover is going to happen.
Yeah, like the Eagles losing to the Chiefs, it didn't kill them. Howie Roseman put together a damn good team. Of all those teams, because I don't think their quarterback's great. You know, you look at some of these other quarterbacks like Stafford and them, like they took a step back. They still hang in there, does Philly, even with Hurts. I don't mean to put Hurts down, but there's something off there with that offense. Because, they don't just drop back and sling it. They kind of control the ball. But it's pretty impressive what Philly's been able to do through that stretch.
Losers. All right. 617-779-0985. Let's go to Andrew in North Attleboro. Andrew.
Hey, I'm holding my phone like a pizza. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. It's great.
I wanted to know about, what do you guys think with the whole Vrabel situation? You think this is going to spill over into the season, or what do you think? Also, if you want to talk about lesbian haircuts, have you seen Trevor Lawrence's new haircut?
I have not. I heard about that. My kids mentioned that to me. They told me Trevor Lawrence got a new haircut, and then I think one of them told then it turned into a fight. Everything turns into a fight with my boys. I think they were fighting about whether or not it was AI.
I think a hairstyle's a hairstyle any way you want it. We can't just term hairstyle certain ways.
Well, we didn't do
Saying
it.
that it was a wig.
What?
It was a wig.
Oh, yeah. They posted that it was a wig
You
after
didn't cut
all.
it?
Oh, so he didn't actually cut it. That's what the fight was about in the back seat.
Oh.
They're fighting about Trevor Lawrence's haircut.
He looked like the guy in Rocky IV when he cut it. Dolph Lundgren. He's not good looking as Dolph. Dolph Lundgren's good looking.
Yeah, the team revealed that he
That
did
dude in
not
Rocky IV,
actually
he was
cut his
cut.
hair.
Yeah. Oh, man, when they sprayed him down, he was using that.
I got to be honest, seeing the wig and the short hair, he looks better with the long hair.
I'm with you on that.
He does.
Looks like Joe Dirt.
I think he just knows what he should be doing, and the long hair is his thing. Can't cut that now. That's his look. Did he have a point in there? Oh, is it going to spill over into the season? As it stands now,
People always
as it stands right now, I don't think so based on what we know. Based on current available information, to me that answer will be no. The question is, does something else happen along the way? Is there an interview? Is there a tell-all? Is there a profile in, the New Yorker? I mean, I don't know. This is the thing I can't tell you and can't predict. But if nothing else comes out moving forward, this will not spill over into the season. Now, Florio, in Zoe's news gathering, is floating speculation that the way this could get really bad. This is not me.
He's the
not
only
my
one.
opinion. This is not my speculation. I'm
very
telling you what
careful.
his
He's very
speculation
careful
is.
about it.
Is that Rossini publicly makes an issue of how hard it is to be a woman reporter reporting on the NFL. and how hard it is to do that job as a female. And that the relationship began because of a quid pro quo of you sleep with me, I'll feed you information. And that in a male-dominated industry, a person in a position of power took advantage of a female reporter. That is not my opinion or my speculation. I heard that from Florio's speculation. He said if that were to happen, that would absolutely lead to, even if it didn't continue in that manner and it became an actual loving, serious relationship, but it certainly has the appearances of. But if that's how it began, that's going to be a big issue for him.
He's always termed it that next news cycle. So that's got to be it, the way he described that.
Let me just say that from listening to Sims and Florio, those guys seem to feel like there's something big there that is going to drop at some point, but I don't. It's just maybe they're just doing it for effect and for like making it more dramatic than it really is. But I hear those guys talk, and I'm like, man, what do these guys know? What do the two of these guys know about this?
You and I text and talk off air about other things. Like, we'll talk about anything. And they've been working together forever. And I'm sure they did too on this. Talk about it. And Sim started to go down that road with players and players. And Mike went, no, stop. Like,
yeah, how does he get from that to now this?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like if she doesn't talk and people are going to say, oh, why'd she let him buy her out? Like, that's going to be the narrative. Or if she does talk, then you're going to get stuff out of it of that. Like, it's almost like you can't win.
So play along. If something like that were to happen, well, then, yeah, this is going to spill over into the season. But without the next news cycle, if we're just going to get silly photos now of Diana Rossini in a restaurant, like a casual restaurant, eating dinner with friends before the Springsteen show, I mean, well, there's not much more to it.
If she was going
what are we doing?
Black Eyed Peas, that'd have been a lot better.
And what if Vrabel doesn't?
Are they touring this summer, though? Are they on tour?
I think they broke up.
Ugh.
Yeah. I think Will.i.am's only doing cartoons, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if Vrabel doesn't make himself as available during OTAs, mini camp, into training camp? I don't what's the least they could do that? What if they do that?
Well, how much more does he make himself?
I'm sure the football reporters will be all over him. They've been so critical of him since this began. Look out.
But isn't that
roof? I mean, those dogs, they're really going to get after it. I'm sorry, T-Bone, I cut you off.
I'm saying, isn't that a way that it could linger?
No, because no one will go after him for it. No, I don't think it will.
We will.
Well, yeah, but that's just us.
Bulldogs.
And Zoe's making it clear that he will not. And it will only, he's just pointing at us. Yeah, we will.
I will. Come on, we talk about it.
Hey, that Tony Farmer guy is all over this thing still, by the way. You see him? He's doing a hell of a job.
Not to.
Hell of a job. He's going after him.
What did Vrabel do to him?
He's going. Well, it's just good. It's good content and good for the views and clicks. And listen, man, it does ratings and numbers.
It's Tony Farmer.
People love the story. You cannot deny it. Undeniable. Mountains of evidence that support that people are hungry for more on the story. He's going after Mike Silver now. He's discovered the connection between Silver and Rossini and all of this. So he's taking that angle now. That's a good one. That's a good. I feel like someone had to have tipped him off. Someone tipped him off to that one. But it's good work. Good work by Farmer as he continues his deep dive and investigation into this matter. He's realizing there's a strong connection between Rossini and Silver. And, he's a prominent defender of Rossini's work before this had even happened. So they are obviously tight friends, which he has discovered. All right, you want to get to the Red Sox weekend and how bad they were? Man, this felt like a bad weekend. Even though they got a win on Saturday, which was a good one. Friday's loss it's stuck in my craw. For a bad team, I don't know why I'm still 3 days later.
They lost 8-1 yesterday.
Worked up over Friday's loss. I just am, because that was a winnable game. And if you're ever going to have a respectable season, you can't afford to lose Friday's game. We'll talk about it next. Stick around.
If you need your Boston sports fix, we're here.
You see from the rear angle?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Zolak Bertrand, the sports.
Swing and a miss. That'll be the ball game. 8-1 the final. And a game that was over pretty quickly. A 3-run first inning off of Bayo. Atlanta took command of the game and never looked back.
Well, not really much went right here today for the Red Sox. Offensively, he's quiet. You got to run there in the ninth inning to avoid the shutout. But, now 18 runs in the last 9 games. But this one was over early. Brian Bayo was given the start. There was no opener, and he looked a lot like he did before when he was given starts. So we'll see what they decide to do next time. But he needs to be better, pound the zone, get ahead, fell behind everybody, throw strikes, locate. But today, just wasn't their day from the beginning.
Red Sox now 0-19 when trailing by 3 runs at any point in the game.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The Red Sox are not a good baseball team. And since they have fired their coaching staff, they are scoring fewer runs per game than ever before. Prior to the firings, they were scoring 4.1 runs per game. Since the firings, 2.9 runs per game. And it just feels, not yesterday for sure, that was just a disaster and a bad loss.
Good thing it kept all those driveline guys.
Yeah. But it feels on so many nights, that if they just had an average offense, their pitching in stretches has been so good that they would have a lot more wins to show for it. They would. Yeah, and they don't.
McCone said it the other day. Suarez was his ERA through last 6 games.
I think 5 out of the last 6 starts he's had, he hasn't given up an earned run.
He's like 3-3.
And he's 3-3.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is what has happened with this team. They just can't do it. Let me tell you this. Their record right now, if the Red Sox had an average offense, thank you for throwing this in Slack, T-Bone.
Job, George.
It was a George or T-Bone? Looks like it was T-Bone's work. Thank you.
Job, T-Bone.
Credit to T-Bone.
Sorry, George.
Thank you.
T-Bone puts more information in Slack than anyone ever. If the Red Sox had an average offense, they would be a first-place team right now. Average offense is 4.5 runs a game. 4.5 runs per game in the majors this year is average offense. If they had scored 4.5 runs per game,
just middle of the pack,
just be average.
They'd be 32-14 on the year. 32-14. So they'd have wins to show for it, and you feel that. And I feel like Friday to me is just Friday pisses me off to no end.
The bases loaded, nobody out.
No, so many situations throughout this year where they're in spots like that. And your jaw's on the floor in the fact that they can't score in those situations.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of a pitcher getting out of a...
Yeah, you're like, how's the offense going to get out of this?
Yeah, right. They lose in extras. Yaz with a 10th inning single to beat the Red Sox 3-2. And it's one of those nights where they waste a good start. They waste all of it because they just can't score. They just can't do it. I mean, I say good. It was good enough. You know what I mean? Early gave up a couple of runs in that game. And it just, man, I thought Saturday was on a similar trajectory where they keep the run total down and they pulled that one out. And I'm happy that they did. That was a good win.
Yeah, they finally get the big hit and win the game.
Right. They get the big hit, they win the game. That felt like a good win. It felt like, Friday was just felt like such a bad loss. And if they had followed that up by wasting the 8 innings that Peyton Tolley gave them on Saturday, it would have felt the same way. But they get the heroics late and they win the damn game. But man, they are brutal to watch. They
can't score.
They are just dysfunctional in that they don't produce offense. They're not a functioning offensive team. They can't do it. It's so bad. God, do these guys suck.
They're having to ride the hot hand so much that they have Mickey Gasper batting second.
What?
I don't hate them for it. He's been for the last week plus. He's been red hot.
The margins are so thin that's what they have to do. That's what they're forced to do.
Well, I think that just tells you your roster blows.
Yeah,
you call up a guy from Worcester who's playing well down there, and he gets up here and he's cooled off a little bit. Now he's down to 320.
Can you imagine waking up every day for them though? Like that's part of it. Like you're getting to that point in the year, you're not even into June yet, and you as a baseball player, and you know the season and the grind it is. Just to get up and gotta go do this again today. Get up, gotta do. It's great when you're winning. It's great when you got confidence. Like they have no confidence. They got no guidance. What do you have to look forward to?
Well, I just don't know what the solution is.
Where's the help coming from?
For the offense, right? Roman Anthony coming back hopefully relatively soon, but Trevor Story now potentially out a couple of months.
I'm so tired of hearing about
it.
So him turning it around.
Let's get to that. Let's talk about all the reasons why they're terrible. And Trevor Story's on the list again. He's hurt again.
Pathetic.
Because he's always friggin' hurt.
Is he going to cry this time too?
Oh, it's too bad Milliken's not here anymore.
To defend him?
So I can just yell at him about Trevor Story. Now I can yell at him without him yelling back.
But that last half of the year, he was really good.
I can do that now.
He was really good.
Trevor Story.
He was really good the last half of the year.
I'm over that experience.
Thank you.
Send him packing this time. Forget it. Just forget it. Waste of time. Trevor Story and Marcelo Mayer. Curious case going on there. I'll give you a stat. I'll give you a nice little player A, player B type of statistic that we can play around with for a moment. All right, that's coming up next.
Whoa, he threw him out again. Mike. Zoe and Beetle are back with more.
Following class of New England.
Yep. On the Sports Hub.
There's a shot. High fly ball right field. A Zolak back, and see you later. It is gone. Marcelo Mayer with a jolt. And he has tied the ball game with a solo drive in the 7th.
There you go. You're not going to hit home runs or just hit homers. He gets this little hanging breaking ball, which is really nice to see. That first extra base hit in 17 games.
Hey, Marcelo Mayer with a bomb on Friday. Knew it off the bat. Watch that one leave the yard. Ultimately, Red Sox lose, but that was a big one.
That was supposed to be a moment.
It was supposed to be a moment. Unfortunately, there have been very few of those for Marcelo Mayer this year. There have not been enough. Would you describe Marcelo Mayer at this point as a disappointment? I would. Just based on my expectations and my excitement when they called him up about a year ago, which was right around the end of May when they called him up last year. I think it was actually the holiday weekend, that Saturday, that Devers had the walk-off and they made the news that Mayer was being called up. I think he made his debut like that Sunday. So it's almost exactly a year since he made his debut. And I think he's been entirely underwhelming and a disappointment. And I think that if you were sold the big three.
Boy, does he look the part, though. But go ahead.
What a disappointment this big three has been.
I was going to say, if you're disappointed in him, what the hell are you in Roman Anthony?
Well, I mean, I think that's different because you've seen him at least go on a run and have a stretch where he looked the part and has been very dominant. Have you seen that from him at any point, Marcelo Mayer?
Early, like you said. Yeah, that was it. When they went on a little stretch here.
Yeah,
look at these kids. The kids are carrying him.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know that he's had a stretch where you look at him. And let me give you a courtesy of the research team, Neil Collins, frequent emailer. Got a little A and B game for you. Got a little mystery player. Mystery player number 1 in 2026. 41 games, 138 plate appearances, 2 home runs, 8 extra base hits, 9 RBI, 10 runs scored, 39 total bases, 10 walks. That's player number 1. Okay. Mystery player number 2 is in fewer games, 26 games, 95 plate appearances, same number of home runs, 2 home runs, same number of extra base hits with 8. 2 more RBI with 11, 7 runs scored, 32 total bases, 11 walks. Same number of home runs, more walks in fewer games, more RBIs in fewer games, and on pace to have more total bases, etc. Struck out a lot less, too. K rate of player 2, 10.5%. The K rate of player 1, 19.6%. So which player do you think is Marcelo Mayer?
Less games.
No, it's player number 1. Player number 1 is Marcelo Mayer. Player number 2, who had, in fewer games, similar if not better numbers. Former Red Sox, a throwaway, A guy that was traded for in a deal that was, I think, a throw-in, and none of us ever really took seriously outside of maybe Tyler Milliken, who, again, I can't yell at him here, but
it takes everybody seriously.
I feel like he thought that this infielder would matter. His name is Vaughn Grissom.
Oh.
Vaughn Grissom,
Wow.
is at this point putting up similar, if not better numbers than Marcelo Mayer, one of your big three. Vaughn Grissom, ladies and gentlemen, who is now with the Angels. Happened to see the Angels on Peacock yesterday, playing the Dodgers. This is my National League team, the Dodgers. You know, L.A.
So you got to do that when your American League team can't score 3 runs.
I told you, God, I'm looking for a job out there.
You could at least talk about the Dodgers.
I'm going. LA's got an FM sports talker now. When you're at Tangway, doesn't work out. You give me a call, right?
They got Tangway out there?
No, whoever that guy is, whoever that's going to be. You know, the guy who flames out quickly.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Sorry, Gary.
If you want to go by OPS plus,
yeah, give me that.
Marcelo Mayer this year, 73.
Okay.
Christian Campbell last year, 89.
Oh, jeez. Christian Campbell was better last year than Marcelo Mayer has been this year. That's what we're giving you. Guy's a disappointment. Hit a bomb on Friday. It was a good home run. He blasted that thing.
Yeah.
But overall, does this look like a foundational piece that the team should have been clutching?
Well, no, certainly
the
not.
The way they have?
Not with those numbers.
Building crap with this guy.
Don't forget this guy also can't stay healthy either. So that's another thing you have to factor in as well.
The same way Trevor Story can't stay healthy and is now going to be on the shelf.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Roman Anthony's learning to swing a bat this week, maybe.
Oh, wait, so he's not going to be back in the 10 days that they told us he would be? Oh, wait, so, hey, should someone tell Jaron Duran that the team lies about injuries?
Let's go, Michael Hawley.
Someone let Jaron Duran know.
Come on, Michael Hawley.
This is the big problem with this team. I'm hate watching them now.
Well, that's what it turns into.
Yeah.
Except their pitchers. I like their pitching. I like Suarez. Seriously, he's delivered.
He has. No, but the outlier is yesterday, Brian Bayo.
F him. Start. I hate that guy. I will hate watch him. But like Peyton Tolley. Oh,
Peyton Tolley's the most electric guy they have in that rotation, awesome. Man. Just the energy that he brings when he starts is infectious.
Sonny Gray, I think he's delivered.
Solid.
Yep.
I think Sonny Gray's been good. Like, I look at their starters and I say, this is the most likable thing about the team is their starting pitching, which we knew in the beginning was going to be their thing that would carry them, but it can't. It can't carry them because their positional players are such dog crap.
It's so extreme. Yeah.
It's so extreme.
It's a stupid comments, too.
I've never in my life watched a Red Sox team that has a lineup that is as bad as this one. Relatively speaking, there are callers, our older baseball fans. You guys have been watching this team longer than me. Tell me, have you seen a worse team? You had to have been pretty in tune with probably the early 60s Red Sox the last time you saw a team that sucked as badly as this one and also doesn't do anything at home. They are putrid at Fenway Park. I've never experienced that in my lifetime. I've never seen a team that sucks at home.
You know how bad August is going to be in that ballpark? Like, fast forward to 2 months. Just try and jump forward 2 months. Because you know more guys are going to get hurt. Because it's a long season. You get nicked up. But the hate watching. That was like that at the end with the Patriots. Remember when Godshaw stood there and said we stopped the run? When they got their ass kicked by the Chargers? And then Tavai was calling out people like Duran. Like, you start flipping on them. You start turning on the team. Like, when they look... And they get sensitive. Like they're sensitive.
I can't tell you the last time I felt this pissed at the Red Sox.
No, because
it's just wild.
It's 2 or 3
bringing
runs.
Me right back to my youth.
2 or 3 runs feels like a 7 or 8 spot. You know, it's like, all right, well, this game it's over. They are not going to come back and win this game. If Austin Riley hits a 3-run home run in the first inning against Brian Bayo, you're like, all right, well, the game is now over because they're not going to score 3 runs in this game.
Bayo is such an asshat, isn't he?
Oh, pathetic. Pathetic.
Can't stand him.
Supposed to be a foundational piece. Not going to be in the rotation. As soon as Crochet is back, he's gone.
So tell me, of all the young players, who the hell is the foundational piece that we know for sure outside of Roman Anthony? And even then, there will be people that will debate you on that. I'm a believer. He's too good and has too much talent to suck. He just is. He might be hurt all the time.
Oh.
Injuries might plague him, but it won't be because of a lack of talent. I look at Mayer and I go, well, this guy's not that good.
No.
They missed. They missed on the evaluation. He's not that good.
Would you say maybe he has the ability to be Ellsbury-like?
Who?
Roman Anthony. Because I'm not just saying same position. I'm not saying positionally. I'm just saying the upside and the want for that player and how much you thought, wow,
made of
this player's
glass.
going to be good. Made of glass.
Yeah.
Like Ellsbury had it, and he made the money.
But Ellsbury, when healthy, was a really good player.
Yes.
Correct.
So I think it's a good comp. I think you're. I think you're on the money there.
Nice.
Anthony, Tolley, Early, right? Aren't those three guys that you point to?
Yeah.
You would think Crochet too, but he's older.
Like Crochet, but I'm just like the young guys that have come up throughout the system.
But nobody
right,
was
the other
talking
positional
about
players.
But we weren't saying Tolley and Connolly Early were going to be the guys that you build around. We were saying you got to build out your lineup.
Right, Christian Campbell, Marcelo Mayer,
Campbell and Meyer, and it was Roman Anthony and Tristan Casas at one point. Yeah. I mean, this is a lost cause. They built up all this time and they held on to all these prospects, and this was going to be their long-term plan. And now they're falling flat on their face.
Big three ended up being a giant number 2.
That's a good one, T-Bone.
So that's where things stand with the Red Sox. Let's grab your calls coming up next.
We're back with more Zolak Bertrand.
I mean, those are the things I'm working on with third graders.
On the Sports Hub.
High fly ball, left field deep. He smoked that. Duran turns, and see you later. Riley with his 7th of the year, a 3-run homer to put the Braves in front right away in the first inning.
All right. Talking Sox. They are bad. That is what they are. They have received no boost from firing their staff the way Philadelphia certainly has from firing theirs. They've received the dead cat bounce there. Mm-hmm. Although I wouldn't call it a dead cat for them. It would be more dead cat for a team like the Red Sox. But they have received the boost and the turnaround and getting the maximization of their roster since.
But they have veteran talent.
They do. They have real veteran talent. That's why I say not dead cat necessarily with them. They're not a dreadful team. Not a dreadful roster.
I don't even know if the Red Sox are a cat, right? Like, do they even qualify as a cat?
Do they have
this offense?
Do they have 3 good veterans?
Does a guinea pig bounce?
It's a dead cat bounce, but he dropped it over the ocean.
Does a rat bounce? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah. Rats, when they die too, they get swollen? Like the gas inside it?
That's kind of what you're dealing with right now.
Exploded. Yeah, you don't want to bounce on them. Everywhere.
Well, a lot of people have sent in this tweet today, so I'll mention it before we grab your calls. Catherine Veritek sent out a tweet this morning at about 9:30.
For the captain?
Someone had tweeted her and said, I know this club doesn't deserve it, but please come back. And she wrote, they have the smartest man in baseball running the show. They'll be okay without Jason. That's what they wanted.
Good job, Catherine.
It's what's best for the team with a smiling face style
what
emoji.
A condescending tweet.
That's great.
I love it.
Condescending? It's not even condescending.
No, it's just like
it's straightforward. Oh no, don't worry. They have the smartest man in baseball.
Doing, right?
Yeah, no, you guys are brilliant. You've got it all figured out. And they just more and more look like a team that, from a roster building perspective, long term and short term, it looks like they have no clue. They have no idea.
There's no hope.
And I'm talking about the lineup. I'm talking positionally 1 through 9, or 1, on your roster.
Yeah,
1 through 9 in the batting order.
Like I said, do you have 3 good veterans? Do you have 3 good veteran ball players?
No. In the lineup? No.
Just saying in general on your team.
You do. Yeah. I mean, you have pitchers, but it's hard.
No.
When you're not an everyday player.
Everyday player.
No, they don't.
Yep, bingo.
They don't have.
You have Contreras, right?
And I have questions about what kind of, they've tried.
Totally
they tried to make him out to be a leader, but I'm not buying it.
Used to have real DHs. Used to have a real shortstop.
To his credit, though,
he's best center fielders in a game.
It's their best first baseman they've had in a long time.
Yeah, but he's one of your 3.
It's a position they just have not given real attention to in a long time. They finally have a first baseman.
Duran was supposed to be one of those guys.
He's a jackass.
Yeah, he's a problem. Borderline.
Yep.
That's it. They don't have one. So, yeah, okay, you want to give Contreras the nod, give Contreras the nod. Fine. So they have a guy, and I have my questions about him. 1. But you're right. Like, you need 3. You need 4.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need 1.
we were saying they were a bat short coming into the year from being like an explosive. That was oversold a little bit. It's like 3 or 4 bats.
They're very short.
Yeah.
Bob in Londonderry on the Sox. Go ahead.
Hey, enjoy the show. I was curious if this continues to go. What's going on? What do you think may or may not happen by the time the season's over? And what possible other plans can they come up with? Because they've been trying everything off and on for I don't know how long, and we still keep getting the same negative, boring team to watch.
I mean, they could have a fire sale at the deadline and really plummet to new depths that they have not reached.
I think you got to understand the reality of what you actually are. The problem is the T's have been 3 games out of the wild card because the damn league is so freaking bad. The conference is so bad. Like, what do you believe, though? And God, that would suck if like they had a chance to unload and dump guys just to clear some books. But you know what? We're kind of still in it. We're not going to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, but that also opens up a whole nother conversation. So if you're going to have that fire sale, is Craig Breslow the guy that you want pulling the trigger on those trades right now?
Guy in baseball.
Right?
Yeah.
The deadlines haven't exactly gone well with Craig Breslow in the past, but that's supposed to be the guy that's going to identify, especially the offensive talent.
No, you raise a good point. I think you feel, in a weird way, far more comfortable with Craig Breslow trying to fire sale than you do Craig Breslow trying to make acquisitions.
Yes. Because, again, it feels like there's communication. Shocker that there's communication breakdowns in terms of what he thinks is close to getting done with the deal. Go back to the Joe Ryan thing. And what actually is on the table.
Let's go to Kevin, who's in Peabody. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kev.
Hey, guys. Mo Vaughn's rookie year, 1992, I think. I want to say their leading home run hitter was Tom Bernansky with 13. That was the year. It was Vaughn and Valentin's rookie year, and they had a bunch of injuries with Greenwell and Burks, but they were absolutely putrid. They still had Jack Clark. He had about 7 home runs, and Phil Plantier was muscling around there with about 5 bombs. But other than that, brutal year. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, but you just mentioned 5 decent veterans. You can't name that on this team right now. Say what you want about those players at that time, but at least they were around the game. This team has people that can't function. It's putrid to watch.
Well, I can tell you.
Was that a rivalry game, by the way, yesterday?
Let me give you something. I'm going to give him something. He says 92. The Red Sox are currently on pace to score 224 runs at home. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In 92, they scored 328. So there be a gap there. So I've got bad news for you. 92, as bad as you think it was, and it was bad. I'm not trying to tell him it was a good year. I'm just telling you that if you want to know, quickly, I just did some quick math. I'm like, well, I think they're far worse at home. No, they are. They are. They had a win in 90.
They should be killing it at home.
Okay, so in 92, they had, ready, a winning record at home. They were 44-37. And they scored 328 runs at home. They're going to have a losing record and more than 100 fewer runs this year
that guy was killing
than what they did in 92. And 92 was bad. He's right. He's right to think, oh, man, 92 sucked. That was a bad team. Yeah, fine. They were a bad team. This team's far worse.
And imagine what they could have done with the right launch angle in 92.
You know what I mean?
Imagine
that offense goes
John Valentin,
if
he had... if he had that ability just to get the ball in the air, you know.
Hey, last night, Nesson Plus, they played a game from 5/17/99 because they always play the game on this date. 99. It was way back Wasden coming into the game in Toronto.
Tough.
And I said, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm like, boys, this was baseball. This was baseball.
Yeah.
This was baseball. And they bring in John Wasden in Toronto, Chris Carpenter on the hill for Toronto. And I said, boys, this guy's going to give up a home run. I haven't seen. I don't know what happens in this game. I don't remember and recall this game from 1999.
But just trust me on this.
But trust me, guys. This guy gives up dingers. And Sean Green took him into one of the upper decks at Skydome in a matter of 2 minutes of me saying that. And you should have seen the look I got from 12-year-old Will. Like, wow, you weren't kidding. He said, you called that. I said, yeah. There's just some things that you can, rely on. Death, taxes, Wasden giving up a bomb.
He didn't have a chance against Sean Green.
Sean Green was dynamite, man. Woo! Loved Sean Green. Hell of a ball player. 5/17, 1999. So that to me is, anything like 94 on is I'm glued. It's like 94 to 99. Like, give me that window of I will be locked in. I will watch an old game.
The Monsters play. There's no stickers. There's no advertising on it. There's no green Monster seats. It's just, that thing was pure.
Now, the funny thing about that game is Wasden actually got the win. In an 8-7 Red Sox win. A lot of scoring late in that one up in Toronto, north of the border. Good game. Great hearing Remy providing his insight. It was Bob Kurtz on the play-by-play for Nesson.
When did Dawn start doing it?
Just right there.
Late 90s. Was
I bet Maz was there. I bet Maz was at that game in 99, covering that one in Toronto. What a life. Sean Green, Carlos Delgado.
He probably drove up with all the BBW
Tony
guys.
Fernandez was in that lineup.
Did he used to do the drive? Like with McAdam and those guys?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Or maybe it was that 9/11 story. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you just keep confusing that 9/11 story.
I see.
We're late. We got to grab headlines.
Jake Seymour's getting shadowed today.
We'll be right back.